Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. And as you can tell from the title, we are heading over to the Perfect Draft Pro, which is just over there. And there's a nice fancy doodly handle on there. So the beer we are looking at is a beer that is possibly in its third reincarnation, if you like, or third version of it, if you like. So many moons ago on this machine, there was an Italian beer out called Lisa. Birra del Borgo. Did they brew it? Or was it? I'm not sure. Or was it Birra di Roma? But anyway, it was an Italian lager that was out. I wasn't a massive fan of it, but I've got to say, when I first sort of drunk it, the keg went down really well. But still wasn't a massive fan of it. And then this beer got rebranded. It was 5% when it first started out. It got rebranded into this brand, Roma, and again it was 5%, but fractionally different, if you like. And now this beer has changed again, if you like, and the branding is more or less the same, but they've renamed it Via Roma, and they've dropped the ABV down to 4.5%. I'm going to guess it's British brewed. As much as these might have been brewed in Italy, I have no doubt this Via Roma is brewed in the UK, somewhere in Burton-on-Trent or Wolverhampton or something, or maybe even Wales, who knows. It's about as Italian as me. So we are going to take a look at it. £36.90 this keg comes in at. I don't think that's, well, it's the going rate, isn't it, more or less nowadays, for beers on the Perfect Draft. So if you've just bought that keg, you're going to get £5 back once you've returned the empty, which is bringing it into £31.90. 10.5 pints, about £3 a pint, if you like. But obviously, if you bought it not using tokens, you would have earned beer tokens, and you may well have got it on a discount as well. So it could come in probably as low as, say, £2.50 a pint, which a lot of you may say that's expensive at home. It used to be about £1.80, £2 a pint at best, many moons ago when the prices were lower. Everything's gone up, hasn't it? So yeah, I've told you everything. It's in the machine. I've not had nothing out of this one, it's got to be said. I've got the machine set at the 3 degrees that they recommend. I'm certain there was something else I was going to say. I think I'm just going to get talking. So I haven't got the Via Roma glass, but that will do me. That will do me. So we'll get over there. I'm going to leave the camera where it is. You can see me pour it, and we'll see how we get on. But I've not had nothing out of it, so it's quite possibly going to be a busy keg. So let's get cracking. Hope you're all well. Yeah, it's going to be busy. It's going to be busy, but it will die down. I don't think I'm going to get much out of that, am I? That is a nightmare. So I may well pour another pint, to be honest. The glass isn't very clean. I bet that was cleaned by somebody else. So there we go. We got a massive head. I will get another glass out. We'll do another pour. I know you're probably bored with this, but what the hell. We'll roll with it. This is looking a bit better. I won't fill it all the way up. I'll leave a bit of room as well. And then I'll start talking. Now that's stopped. So yeah, the glasses ain't very clean. I'm certain that's when we had guests over, maybe over Christmas. Or it could have been me, or it could have been my wife. Anyway, beer in a glass. There we go. Italian lager, not my favourite sort of lager. The beer looks a lot darker, I would say, on camera because it's shaded. But with the light there, it's like it's a golden looking colour with a gentle few bubbles going up the glass. Not nucleated glasses. Slightly hazy, I would say. There is the slightest of hazenesses, the slightest of hazes to this beer. And we've got a big fluffy one finger white head. The other one has died down a little bit now. So, was there anything I was going to say? I can't remember. I've reviewed it in bottle. It was pretty bang average and normal sort of stuff. So let's give this a swirl, dive in with the nose and get cracking. Yeah, a sweet malt on it, sweet malty nose, lemon citrus sort of thing. But honestly, that could be 101 beers that you can buy in the supermarket that are classed as premium. This is not saying it's premium, not as far as I'm aware, but it probably does. Yeah, maybe a bit of breadiness to it, but generally standard premium fodder. Let's dive in. Via Roma, Perfect Draft Pro, set at 3 degrees, 4.5%. Let's dive in, give it a go. Cheers. That's what I was going to say. I knew I'd forgot something, sorry. I got 2 kegs of this for 65 quid. They were doing an offer and they were throwing in the free tap handle for the PD Pro, which is a really nice piece of kit, to be honest. And I think all of it together, the 2 kegs and the tap handle, should have been something like 130. So had it half price. Right, let's stop talking. Let's dive in, give it a taste. Cheers. Cold. Anyway, I know that's definitely cold. Let's go in again. Took me by surprise how cold it was then. Right. Very standard sort of fodder. My first impressions now, it doesn't have that really nasty thing that the Cruz Campo had on the blade. That had that nasty, horrible taste. This doesn't necessarily taste nasty, but it doesn't taste massively exciting or anything. Bit of weight to the body for 4.5%. I would say that's quite a decent body. Certainly feels like it at the moment, but I have had a keg of this already, and I do feel like it did deteriorate the longer it was in the keg, I would say. But the body does seem quite decent on it for this ABV. Yeah, it has got a bit of fizz in there. It's not overpowering. Reasonably smooth to drink. On the taste, it's very premium lager, if you like. Big lemon citrus note. And it seemed quite a strong sort of citrus note, so I wonder if they've added to it. It seems quite powerful for something that might be coming from the hops, so I'm wondering if there is something that's been added to this. You do get a little bit of a hoppy bite. It's very sort of bland, very subtle malts. I'm going to say at this moment of reviewing it, there doesn't seem to be any sort of nastiness in it. And as I said, I have had a keg already. I don't feel it lasted. What I'm getting from it now, I think, is respectable, bland, boring maybe, but respectable. But I don't think it lasted all the way down that keg, and I think some parts of it did start to deteriorate, I would say. Certainly the sort of weight of the beer, maybe the carbonation was standing up a bit more as well, which is odd because nothing can get in. Another go then. Yeah, standard sort of lager, drinks all right, 4.5%. Yeah, probably drinks around that ABV. The body's all right. There's not a lot going on. A little bit of sweet malt, a little bit of hoppiness, lemon citrus, quite a strong sort of lemon citrus sort of hit, I'm going to say. You could even say there's maybe a little orange note in there, possibly, but I mean, certainly feels better than the bottle from reviewing that many moons ago. But how long this will taste this as good as this, if you like, I don't know, because like I say, I think when I done the other keg, it didn't stay at this standard all the way down, in my opinion. Uh, yeah, standard stuff. It's not going to blow your mind. It's not going to make me suddenly start buying this constantly. I'm always going to drink the German stuff, or maybe the better quality British stuff. It's run of the mill. If you like your standard lagers, this is going to be up your street. It's going to be the best version of it on the PD. So yeah, me personally, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone that loves German beers or Czech beers or decent pilsners. But if you're a standard sort of lager beer drinker, you're probably going to enjoy this. It's going to go down nice and easy. Is it worth the extra money over the bottles? Yeah, I'm always going to say that. I do think the PD gives you a much better drinking experience in general. So there you go. There's all my waffling done. I've gone on for over 11 minutes. Via Roma on the Perfect Draft Pro. My opinion, it's a bit of a thumbs down, really. But for people that like this, I think they'll enjoy drinking it. It's definitely a summer drink with all that fruitiness, and it does go down quite easy. That's all I can say. But it's standard stuff. So there you go. That's it. If you've had this keg before, let me know your thoughts on it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And Bazza, we'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.